Have you ever read a book that has completely changed the way you think? In this video, I'll share 2 books that have profoundly impacted my life. The first one is Almanac of Naval Ravikant, and I know it's a little dirty because I take it everywhere with me. It's traveled a lot. So when I read this book, I was a stay-at-home mom. I was living my best life and I was traveling around the world. I was doing Pilates, reading books, working out, doing my own thing, and still something was missing. Number 1 is life-changing. So in an interview, he was asked, how do you go about reading? Do you just flip to a random page and start reading? What's your process? And Naval answered, I'll just start at the beginning, but I'll move fast. If it's not interesting, I'll just start flipping ahead, skimming, or speed reading. If it doesn't grab my attention within the first chapter in a meaningful, positive way, I'll either drop the book or skip ahead a few chapters. I don't believe in delayed gratification when there are an infinite number of books out there to read. The number of books completed is a vanity metric. As you know more, you leave more books unfinished. Focus on new concepts with predictive power. And then he says, once I feel like I've gotten the gist, I feel very comfortable putting the book down. There's a lot of these, what I call pseudoscience bestsellers. People are like, oh, did you read this book? I always say yes, but the reality is I read maybe 2 chapters of it. I got the gist. What I took away from this practice that he has is that you don't need to feel guilty if you bought a book and you didn't finish it. Personally, I would buy a book and think that I would have to finish it before I could read the next one. For me, this has completely changed the way I read because I now don't feel the pressure to finish a book. If I don't like it or if it's getting too boring, I would just move on to the next one. So what I do now is I would just get a book whenever I hear good things about it. That's number 1. It has been completely life-changing for me. The second key concept is value your time at an hourly rate and ruthlessly spend to save time at that rate. You will never be worth more than what you think you're worth. So back when people could actually hire him, when he was not a billionaire, he mentions that an hourly rate that he set for himself was $5,000 per hour, and he would not budge from that. And realistically speaking, now that he looks back, he was worth maybe like $1,000 per hour, but he put it very high. So he says, like, set a unrealistic hourly rate for yourself and don't work for anything below that amount, and buy back your time if it's less than that. And how I implemented this was not feeling guilty about hired help. So if I had a laundry person coming in or like cleaner, at the time I had it, I was in Turkey and I had cleaner come in like twice a week, but then I even increased it and didn't feel guilty about it because I'm buying back my time in order to put my energy where I can produce more while outsourcing things that are not worth my time, in my opinion. And he says that basically you are the one who creates your worth. If you don't see yourself at that level, nobody's gonna hire you for that level or nobody's gonna take your service. So how this can be realistic for us as people who have families and stuff is by trying to buy back your time in a way where like it won't affect your day job. So that's a really cool concept I learned from this, and because of that I was able to put more energy into my role that I have as a CMO and fully immerse myself into the things that I truly enjoy. He says don't worry about spending time with your family as long as you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it and you're supposed to be getting paid for that, or you can actually hire help for that for less than your hourly rate, then do that. And he's like, I was pretty ruthless. So even if his mom or his girlfriend at the time would ask him to do stuff, he was like, I can either hire you an assistant or I would rather not do it. Like, be so protective of your time. And if you can hire help for whatever the thing that you need to get done, or do that, or otherwise just leave it, right? So that was a really good one. Because of that, I don't feel guilty of outsourcing a lot of things in my life and keeping my house running while I do my things that I enjoy. The third one is when he talks about leverage, using your time and money as a form of leverage. And the third one that I really like when he mentions is coding, writing, or recording podcasts, tweeting, YouTubing. YouTubing. These kinds of things are permissionless, so you don't need anyone's permission to do them, and that's why they're great equalizers of leverage. Every great software developer, for example, now has an army of robots working for him at nighttime while he or she sleeps, after they've written the code and it's cranking away. You're never going to get rich renting out your time. We need to use leverage, and form of leverage that he prefers in this time is media. Making YouTube videos like this, or coding, recording podcasts, anything of this sort, he says, is a great form of leverage. Personally, I enjoy making these videos. This basically confirmed for me that I'm heading in the right direction, doing something that I truly enjoy, and it's really great to know that I'm using a form of leverage by making these videos. Whenever you can in life, optimize for independence rather than pay. If you have independence and you're accountable on your output as opposed to your input, that's the dream. These concepts have helped me rethink where I put my efforts, and also reinforced my passion for creating YouTube videos, because I'm using a form of media and code. Eric is the one who actually wrote this book and compiled all of his wordings from podcasts, his tweets, filled with his wisdom. Book number 2 is The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. Reveals the profound law of attraction, which proposes that our thoughts can change the universe around us to create the desired reality. You may have seen this book everywhere, right? And that's for a good reason. And I decided to pick up this book after seeing Rhonda Byrne's interview on School of Thought. And she explained her ideas so beautifully in that interview that I felt compelled to check out her book. So I read this book in the morning, at night, whenever I feel like I need to bring my mood back. And it instantly reminds me to stop worrying about little things. It reinforces that if I stay in the feeling of good, and everything is going to be okay. Concept number 1 from this book is the power of positive thinking. Rhonda Byrne says that maintaining a positive mindset can really impact on what kind of people you attract in life and what kind of situations you attract in life. Using your feeling as a radar, according to her, our feelings are what paves the path to our life. It's not about what you're really thinking, it's about how you're feeling on a daily basis. Using your feeling as a radar, how are you feeling in this moment? If you're feeling good, then you're doing okay, according to her. And if you're not feeling good, then something's not right, and we need to kind of change the situation that you're in, or the thought that you have. Whatever it is, it's all about the feeling and positive thinking, according to her. Concept number 2 is about visualization. Rhonda emphasizes the importance of picturing what you want to achieve in life. So according to her, this acts as a powerful catalyst to making our dreams a reality. Number 3, living in gratitude. And I've made a whole video, so if you want to check it out, it would be linked over here. Living a life of gratitude is central to The Secret. She teaches in the book that being thankful for what you have right now in the present attracts even more positivity into your future. This book has completely shifted my mindset towards consistent positive thinking. The Secret has not only improved my mood on a daily basis, but it also fundamentally altered the way I respond to challenges. Neurologically as well, such positive thinking can also enhance serotonin production, leading to better mood, reduced anxiety, and a higher resilience against stress. I bring this book anywhere I go in the home, and it's just the best because whenever I pick it up, I'm quickly reminded to put myself in a better mood and think positively at all times. So if you tend to struggle with positive thinking, then I highly recommend that you pick up this book and read it and see what it does for you. Please leave in the comments down below what are some books that have changed the way you think. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye-bye.